Now, Eyewitness Sports.
All right, one of the more surprising results from week one of the high school football season was Dunmore's victory over Old Forge.
Yeah, overall, it was a harsh week for the Bucks program, but it ended on an uplifting note. 28-22 Eyewitness News Sports Director A.J. Donatoni has that story.
Go.
The student athletes that took the field for Dunmore football in week one of the regular season faced long odds against Old Forge.
We were down 11 of our players, most of them starters.
The Bucks brought just 23 players to the game, with nearly a third of the team sitting out due to a violation of team rules. But those that played did not back down.
Lessons you learn here is always get up, never give up, and always keep trying. You know, if anything happens here, it will happen in the real life.
Dunmore went toe-to-toe with our fourth-ranked team in the preseason, and when the dust settled, the Bucks prevailed 43-36.
Electrifying. We were down a couple guys, 11 guys, and after the win, a bunch of our underclassmen stepped up and came out victorious.
We have each other's backs, and we're always going to be by each other, with each other through the darkest times. And to get that win in the darkest times, it's a really big confidence booster and brings some light into their team.
We couldn't have been more pleased with our performance, our effort, and the way that they represented our community on Friday night.
Head coach Kevin McHale says the lessons to take away from last week are twofold, both for the players that missed out and for those that rose to the occasion.
Number one thing we talk about is being accountable. And, they violated the team rules, and we explained to them that no one's perfect. Everyone's going to make mistakes. We're all going to make mistakes. The message that when you put your mind to something and you work together as a cohesive unit, you can really accomplish a lot of great things.
And the Bucks hope that week one win is the catalyst for a special season.
My 3 years being here, our team was really noticed or recognized. So now 2022 might be a different year, and it will be a different year.
A.J. Donatoni, 28-22 Eyewitness Sports.
And the votes have been tallied for our Eyewitness News Play of the Week, and we have our first winner of the season with 66%. It is Mt Carmel. Cole Spears to Garrett Verano. Incredible concentration to bring in the touchdown after it was tipped by a defender. The Red Tornadoes would go on to defeat North Schuylkill. Thank you to the 271 of you who voted on Twitter, and we'll have 3 new nominees next Monday.
And tonight, Penn State football begins its 2022 season with a trip to Purdue.
So we were down 11 of our players, most of them starters, due to a violation of team rules. So, so they were suspended for week one, and we went down there with 23 guys. And, we just had older kids and younger kids step up in very key situations. Some of them with very big plays in the game, and some of them it was stepping in a backup role. But we couldn't have been more pleased with our performance, our effort, and the way that they represented our community on Friday night.
That have learned.
Well, the number one thing we talk about is being accountable. And, they violated the team rules, and we explained to them that no one's perfect. Everyone's going to make mistakes. We're all going to make mistakes. But the key thing here is that nobody got hurt. It didn't turn into a more serious situation, so we're very fortunate and grateful in that regard. But the message that when you put your mind to something and you work together as a cohesive unit, you can really accomplish a lot of great things. Yeah, we have a lot of respect for Old Forge and Coach Schuback and their community, and those games are always really have been hard fought. Coach Hens would always talk about the battles that we have with Old Forge, and it's great competition. It's hard-nosed football, and for us to go down there with 23 guys the other night, we were really excited for our kids.
And likewise, looking forward to Mt Carmel. That's always a competitive game, even though we play them very rarely, right, Coach?
Yeah, we've played them a few times in 1972, in 1989, in 1999, then I believe again in 2001. So I might be missing one in there, but they have a rich football tradition just like us. They have a general manager in the NFL. We've had a head coach in the NFL. People know where Mt Carmel is, and we like to think that people know where Dunmore is as well. Well, they got a big physical team. They got a great offensive line with a few all-state players there. Chicatano's a tight end and Kelly's a tackle, and even the other members of their line have great size. They got a quarterback who can really distribute the ball, and they got a bunch of playmakers as well, and they're very well coached. So it's a great challenge for us, but we feel that having those kids back this week will be a big help and reaching our full potential.
Anything else you want to mention, Coach?
It's just an extremely gritty and gutty performance the other night. Some kids playing through muscle cramps and some kids playing through some injuries. And, a lot of people talked about it was a great win for the program. Even though it was just week one, it felt like a state playoff game with the adrenaline and the kids jumping around and just being excited.
I think in the future when the chips are down, you'll say, remember that 2022 team? Look what they did, right? This is going to be a milestone.
Yeah, when you could go out and accomplish that with 23 guys, a lot of them who have, never played before, and that it was a really special victory, and the kids have a lot to be proud of.
Nico Ruggiero, Nico-Ruggiero.
And how do you pronounce that again?
Ruggiero, senior.
And your position is?
Running back and free safety.
Okay.
After the win, it was electrifying. We were down a couple guys, 11 guys, and after the win, a bunch of our underclassmen stepped up and came out victorious. Lessons you learn here is always get up, never give up, and always keep trying. If anything happens here, it will happen in the real life. You get a job, never stop trying at it, and never give up at it. We have a really big rivalry with them because they're a small school just like us, and they have tough kids just like us, and it's really whoever wins, you get bragging rights for the rest of your life with Old Forge.
Now we're preparing for Mt Carmel this coming Friday. I think this is on Wednesday, by the way. How do we prepare for a team that we really don't see? We see them very rarely, Nico.
You just have to watch film and study their film and learn their weaknesses so we can capitalize on them. The linemen are going to be practicing staying on their blocks, and the running backs and the DBs are going to be practicing their coverages, and the running backs should focus on staying low and finding the right hole to hit.
And now we're back to full staff now.
Yeah. Some of the underclassmen really had to step up against Old Forge on Friday night. They never stepped on the field, and they went in and they gave it their all, and they stayed on their blocks very, very well. And in the third, fourth quarter, some of our starters started to cramp up, and even more underclassmen started stepping up and coming in and staying on their blocks.
We have a strong future, don't we?
Yes, we do. Yes, sir.
Cal Toledo, CAL, TAL, UTTO.
You are a senior?
Senior.
And your positions?
Running back and defensive back. What I learned from me and for the rest of the team is, we have each other's backs, and we're always going to be by each other, with each other through the darkest times. So, and to get that win in the darkest times, it's a really big confidence booster and brings some light into their team. Yeah, because my 3 years being here, our team was really noticed or recognized. So now 2022 might be a different year, and it will be a different year.
Again, it's a legacy win, really.
Yeah, big program win. They're a small team, and they're a powerful team. They're strong, they're fast, physical, and their fans are like our fans. They're always into it and everything. So it's good to get that win against those type of fans in there, cheering for their team.
And Cal, how do we look forward to Mt Carmel? Again, a team we rarely face.
After the win against Old Forge, I feel like it's like a spring. More confidence in the team, more light in the team. So we're gonna go into Mt Carmel with the same type of battle type of deal to Mt Carmel as we did with Old Forge, and come out with victorious. So now we got the offensive line, defensive line all incorporated. We got our linebackers back, some fullbacks back, and we're ready to go. Don't count Dunmore out.
When you play Mt Carmel, you're going to play a well-coached football team, and he had his football team ready to play Dunmore High School. And we're fortunate to come out with a win. We made a few mistakes, but you got to give them an awful lot of credit. We're very proud of our football team because they played very hard.